You ready, everybody? It's December 23rd. It's Dave and Jay's Power Bomb. You should click like and subscribe while you're thinking about it. And guess what? It's every Wednesday night. AEW Dynamite.
That's right, Jay. And first match right off the hop. This is the Holiday Bash edition of Dynamite. We got Chris Jericho, Demo God, and MJF. They got Jake Hagar with them, and they're going up against those two young upstarts, those top flight boys.
Darius and Dante.
Yep, and there's an epic Judas sing-along right at the beginning when Jericho and the boys are coming down. Love it. MJF's got this New York Times Best Performance plaque, so I guess it was for their Dinner Debonair performance.
Dave didn't think it was real.
I guess Jericho's got the band Fozzy. I don't know. I have to look into it. But I deserve it. Yeah, it's real. It's real.
But about the match, will Top Flight get the revenge against, the Inner Circle for last week?
What happened last week?
The boys came out to being the boys, and they kind of, after Top Flight's match, just kind of...
Oh, yeah, last week's episode.
Beat on the boys.
I was a little tired for last week's episode. Memories are hazy. Yeah, to start off, there's lots of drop kicks. There's a big missile drop kick from one of those Top Flight guys. MJF super sells it. There's a lion salt from Chris that leads to a near fall. Then they get kicked over the top rope. There's some craziness happening with that near fall. And Hager interferes. MJF nails that heat seeker pile driver where he's got the guy draped over the second rope. He gets the pin, and it's supposed to be celebration time, but Hagar gets a little upset, Jay.
Yeah, he wants to take on Wardlow.
That's right. He's calling Wardlow an asshole and saying that Wardlow didn't show up because he's on family business. But meanwhile, everyone in the Inner Circle shows up every week, according to Hagar. And it's going to be Hagar versus Wardlow next week. Hagar talked to Tony. It's official.
And the reason the Top Flight was lost is, you just can't keep up with the boys and how clean and fair they fight. You guys can think you're all classy and stuff like that. It's not going to happen. And you know what's better? The boys do better than you. They take advantage of when the ref's distracted, you stupid fucks.
Audrey referees all of Jericho's matches, I've been noticing. It's pretty cool.
She just, she just couldn't keep an eye on the boys, and the boys got on ahead, and the boys got the win.
Yeah, and then we have a new music video from a favorite of me and Jay's, The Acclaimed. They got a big title match against the Bucks coming up for our main event, and their song is called Buck Hunting, and it's Buck season, and they're on a buck hunt, and it was, I mean, they're better than John Cena on the rap stuff.
Definitely are, especially when they have a little bit of production behind it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, so Bucks, watch out. Will they leave Dynamite tonight as still AEW Tag Team Champions? More on that later.
I thought it was funny how the Acclaimed had gold, steel chairs.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So then we have a promo for this 24 hours of a Christmas story, and Cody and Brandi and Scorpio Sky are eating dinner, and then Scorpio Sky just throws his face in a thing of mashed potatoes.
All their favorite moments from the movie The Christmas Story.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cody's going to get his eye taken out when he plays with Red Rider.
So then we come back after commercial break, and guess what, Jay?
Tony interviews Sting.
It's Sting!
And is Sting happy?
Sting feels great, Jay. He really does. And he's got feelings on Darby and Cody. He does a spot-on Dustin Rhodes impression. And he's happy to be a part of AEW. But then Team Taz spoils the moment.
Yeah, almost like spoiling the moments of our, going on, taking our course for this show, and then we have to talk about Team Taz.
Yeah.
Can we just skip this part?
I guess. Yeah, Taz got a kid out there talking about being in the jungle, but then there's lights go out. Lights go out, right? And then lights come back on, and it's Darby.
And Sting.
Yeah, Darby's doing the Sting entrance. And so then it's going to be Brian Cage versus Darby, TNT Championship title match. I think it said January 6th. Yeah, January 6th, I think. Although it might be the next week. I'm not sure. They're saying they're doing 2 nights for this event or whatever. But anyways, so
we're a failure as a news team right now.
We're better than JR. Remember when he botched the date of Dynamite a few months ago?
And we did our best, our best intro for our show ever, and you guys only watched the crutch shot, which was supposed to be.
We got 32 views on that video. It came out 3.5 months ago. Yeah, perhaps. So then MJF's backstage, and this is kind of weird actually. So
yeah, because you think he's just going to be trash, as usual.
And then, like, Santana and Ortiz are there chilling, and MJF's like, I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do. And I guess Santana's grandfather passed recently.
Conan?
I don't know if it was Conan.
I don't know.
But no, Conan's still alive. I saw him in Vegas. Saw him in Vegas with the Inner Circle initiation. So then the MJF experienced loss as well. So then they embrace with Santana, and then he shakes the hand of Ortiz, and then MJF has tears. And I wrote down tears ? Because this is so uncharacteristic.
Yeah, this is what I wrote down. Then MJF being trashed with Santana and Ortiz, but looks legit. 1 question mark, 5 question marks.
Yeah, so lots of question marks. Okay, so then we have a 3-on-3 tag team match. We got number 5 and 10 in Colt Cabana of the Dark Order. They come down to the ring with the Dark Order and the Meat Man John Silver, and they're going up against those Jurassic Express boys, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt hasn't wrestled, it seems, in months. I haven't seen him.
Remember he had a broken leg and he was running around on Dark all the time?
Oh, playing guitar?
And that too.
Oh, he did have the broken leg. Yeah, that's right. So then, there's fast action. JR calls Marco Stunt a little energy rooster. And then Marco's used for a weapon at numerous points during the match. He's getting thrown into people. And then Marco is thrown. Yeah, Marco's getting thrown at everyone. He's thrown outside the ring. They do a powerbomb combination finishing move.
That had a spin in it too, didn't it?
Yeah, like
it was like an extra rotation.
It's like Luchasaurus
caught him and then boom.
Luchasaurus is like doing that Murder Hawk move or something to Jungle Boy, and then he's doing the Murder Hawk move to the opponent, and then Jungle Boy's able to catch him in some weird way and finish it with a power bomb.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a move that they've been doing more recently. I've been noticing.
Do you know what else we noticed in this? Colt was being dirty.
Yeah, he's like Grey Jedi, kind of tinkering with the ways of the Sith a little bit. Yeah.
He's that little bit of that Kool-Aid.
And they get the win. And then there's post-match words. Shivani gets into the ring and mentions that they're the number 3 contenders to the AEW Tag Team Championship titles. But then FTR's on the Megatron, the big screen, and they interrupt.
Oh my God.
And they got a match going up against Jurassic Express on January 6th. And what Terry said, or what's his Tully says, he's referring to Marco Stunt. He's like, don't make me have a flashback to the 80s and whoop your ass or something.
So you're going to do coke and then beat on Marco Stunt?
I guess it's going to be like...
Oh, man, you guys know what happened in the 80s. A little bit of that.
It's probably going to be slightly less than a half ounce of blow. And he's going to feel no pain, and he's going to take on all Jurassic Express himself.
For the win. He's going to go in a cocaine overload, and he's going to take out Kenny.
Well, he's better watch his immune system, because from what I hear, it lowers the immune system a little bit. So then, we got Kenny and Don Callis, and they're in a hotel just trying to get to their room, but they're being stalked by that creepy Alex Marvez reporter guy. And they're saying that next week, AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Rey Fenix. Hidden hand, Don Callis in his corner, and a quote from Omega, I'm going to put him out for good and send him back to Impact Wrestling. Oh.
Because he's a champion that knows how to take the call.
That's right. And so next week, New Year's Smash, that's the big AEW event. I think it goes for 2 weeks. And next match, we got the Butcher. He's there with that scumbag Eddie Kingston and the Bunny and the Blade. Eddie Kingston goes to commentary. And he's going up against Pac, and he's got Penta El Zero Miedo with him.
I'm sorry, but I didn't really cover much of this, so...
I've got a few notes.
I'm just going to say, I totally tuned out once Eddie Kingston got on the fucking table and started talking. I'm like,
it's like... He's beefing hard with Shivani. Like, they're gonna have a match. Like, that's the most noteworthy thing I've taken from this. Like, it was a good wrestling match. Like, Butcher's got some new gear. Pac.
I think he looks like a pirate.
Matey. Yeah, he's got some red sash going. Got pants on. And Pac has some hard kicks. He hits a crazy missile drop kick off the top rope. Blade does a distraction, and that leads into the Butcher able to connect with a monster clothesline into 2 power bombs in a row. Not enough to get it done, though. Kingston is then distracting the Butcher. He stands up from commentary. He's like, "You're not beating him fast enough, Butch. Get in there." And Butcher's like, "What? I can't hear you. Like, what's going on?"
And then something got my attention again.
But then Murder Hawk comes out, and Eddie Kingston backs off because he's real scared, right?
Yeah, he's actually hiding behind a potato the whole time.
Using JR as a human shield.
Oh my god, Eddie, I fucking hate you.
We all do. Didn't he say I quit like 2 months ago? Isn't he supposed to be gone? Anyways, we digress. He hits that black arrow, that spinny, that shooting star corkscrew press off the top rope on the Butcher. So Pac gets a big win against Butcher. And then Murder Hawk enters the ring all raging out, but surprisingly, he doesn't kill Pac or Pentagon Jr.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. Friends are good. And then we were backstage, or this is a pre-recorded segment or something. It's Jade Cargill, Shaq's little thirst trap. And she's out there talking about Brandi's pregnancy.
I didn't even write this shit down.
I did. So yeah, Brandi's pregnant, Jade Cargill doesn't like it. Okay, so then they're on the rampway, it's Shivani, and he's interviewing Miro, Kip Sabian, and Penelope Ford. They're talking about this wedding date. They're going to announce when their wedding date is. And but then they're interrupted by best friends. You got best friends coming on the screen, right? But it's fake. Then they start laughing at us because the best friends didn't come down. And then they show what really happened, and it's Trent in an ambulance.
I'm expecting Stone Cold to come on out and beat on him, but it's just not happening.
Trent's family gets hit hard. Trent's mom sues Van. Now Trent in an ambulance. Oh man. Okay, so vengeance must be had. There's having an event on February 3rd, 2021. It's called Beach Break, and I guess it's going to be settled there. Or maybe that's the wedding date. That's when they're getting married. That's when Kip and Penelope are getting married at Beach Break, February 3rd. Okay, on with the show. We have 24 Hours of a Christmas Story. We talked about that. So we have another match. It's Evil Uno. He's in there. One-on-one match. He's got Grayson in his corner, and he's fighting Jay's favorite wrestler of all time,
Dustin Rhodes,
a.k.a. Goldust,
a.k.a. not number 7.
Don't you ever call him number 7.
I know, you just informed me about this, so now I gotta go on YouTube and go check out the story of number 7.
I'll give you the cliff notes. Okay, so Dustin, he has Lee Jobson with him in the corner there, and there's a slap before the bell. They talk about number 7. So yeah, there was... Back in the ratings war, early 2000s, if not 2000 or 99, I guess Dustin left the other company for a bit. I got fed up with Goldust and tried WCW. They put him in a gimmick called 7. He was like white face paint. He was floating down to the ring with wires. He got into the ring, and then he just, like in real life, like went off script, and he quit in the middle of the ring. So 7 lasted about maybe 7 seconds. So
funny how AEW is always like, throwing your history in your face.
Yeah, well, Shivani was there, right? He watched it all go down. And didn't try to stop it. And yeah, Dustin, this isn't the right move for you.
I got a call from Vince. I'm like, I need you to really humiliate him, so he knows Goldust isn't so bad.
Oh, yeah, Dustin never got a fair shake until his baby brother started his own wrestling company. Thanks, Cody.
Because Vince took your freedom.
Yeah, now we have freedom from Vince. Alright, so there's a big slap before the bell because Evil Uno's trying to recruit him or something. No, Evil Uno slaps Dustin before the bell.
So they're like being rejected at all, man.
So they're fighting. Bell finally rings. Evil Uno's outside the ring. Dustin ducks. Evil Uno chops the post. Looked like it hurt. And then JR mentions that Dustin's been clean and sober for quite some time. I don't know what that has to do with the match, but JR said it, not me. Evil Uno hits a crazy pile driver, but then Dustin, I guess before that in the picture, hit a crazy Canadian destroyer. Then Dustin has his garbage finishing move right now, which I hate. It's a running bulldog, and he used that to defeat Evil Uno for the pin. However, after the match, Uno tries to recruit Dustin, Jay. And what does Dustin do? I think he slaps him in the face, rejects the offer.
And then Stu Grayson slaps him.
Grayson had enough. He hits Dustin with the Nightfall backbreaker. Pretty impressive, especially a man of Dustin's size being able to hit that on him.
But what was the most fucked up thing that happened now?
QT tried to get up for the save, but then he got beat. But then there's a big save, probably the biggest moment in Shoddy Lee Jobson's career. He nails a springboard double drop kick, incapacitating both Grayson and Evil Uno.
Did you notice how we can't call him Lee Johnson? We always just call him Lee Jobson no matter what.
He hasn't won a match yet. Win a match, and we'll stop calling him that. I don't think he has. You show me that then.
No, I can't. I'm not
it's not in any of my notes.
100% that happened.
So then we have Shawn Spears, and he has a backstage sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone. And
words with Shawn Spears.
That's right. And Shawn Spears is mad at management. He blames them for the hole he's been in since he arrived to AEW. Then Schiavone says, well, you know, Shawn, you ever think that maybe you might be the problem?
Yeah, maybe you're boring as fuck.
I like Shawn Spears, and then Shawn Spears snaps, justifiably so. He's got a cool theme song, and he came from other company right away. I respect his commitment to the cause.
What, did you meet him in Niagara Falls in some seedy strip joint or something?
No.
And became friends?
I wish. And then he walks. Shawn Spears says he's walking out of the company for a bit. So he might come back if he feels like it. Maybe he'll team up with Kenny Omega, and then he'll just be like his bodyguard or something.
Join the Bullet Club?
I don't know. But the only way to leave Bullet Club when you get drafted to other company is to get beat down out of Bullet Club. Happened to the best of them. So then we got Shida, Hikaru Shida, our current AEW Women's Champion. She's backstage talking to someone before her match, and she gets assaulted by Abadon pretty hard. Michael Nakazawa then says, you gotta get in there anyways.
Yeah, that was awesome. I wasn't expecting Nakazawa. Yeah. At first I'm like, who is that? And I'm like, is that Nakazawa? And then he's like, look, it's Michael Nakazawa. I'm like, wow.
So then the match starts. It's Hikaru Shida versus the Pink Princess, Alex Gracia. And Gracia, she makes a match of it. She hits a tight roll up for a near fall. Abadon's in the audience. Shida attacks Abadon in the front row. Shida nails that Falcon Arrow. I think it's a garbage move, but she gets the pin. And then and then Shida attacks Abadon. So Abadon's on the ground. After the match, Shida's got her kendo stick, and she's poking Abadon. She just rises right up and attack. And then what does Abadon do at the end, Jay?
Well, Shida gets the win. Then Abadon makes Shida blade herself.
Yeah, a big vampire bite right on the neck. Shida's neck's bleeding. Maybe she did some... That's a risky blade job, though. There's a lot of vital arteries, around that region. Maybe it was just ketchup or something, and I hope she bladed herself.
Maybe I don't. So maybe it was something like that.
I don't know how they do it. And so there's blood. And the return of Jon Moxley next week. Who cares? Okay, so now we're into our main event.
You just ruined our show a little bit there, man.
Well, it's going to be ruined even more next week when he actually shows up. These past 3 episodes about Moxley have been great.
Oh, you just mentioned coming to him.
You're talking about him. I was on to the main event, then you got all triggered about thou shalt we not speaketh nameth.
So the next match is Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed.
AEW Tag Team Championship match. The Acclaimed are coming hot off of 8 straight wins in a row. And they have a unique freestyle coming to the ring. They're talking about the Young Bucks playing with their balls, and then they're coming in fast and hard or something. It was just some unique,
I don't know, coming from
verbal rhymage.
Yeah, that team finger licking good. You
they lick the fingers.
Talking about balls. What are you guys?
Not very macho.
Really,
not very masculine.
You guys hanging out in some Dark Sea XXX porn theater in the 80s?
Christopher
Telly
Daniels
doing
and
cocaine
Frankie
in the
Kazarian.
bathroom?
Yeah, flashback to the 80s. Marco Stunt's allegedly going to find out about it next Wednesday. Oh, poor kid. Okay, so they fast action at the start. Straight up Young Bucks match. Way too fast to even call or write down or whatever.
I got to mention about the notes you said here. Dave calls more fast action. Oh, and I agree.
Yeah, that's right. And then the Young Bucks got this move they hit on the outside. I think it's a tandem frog splash off the thing into moonsault from the other guy. They call it risky business. There's more fast action. One of the Young Bucks goes... One of the Young Bucks goes up for a Swanton Bomb off the top rope, but one of the Acclaimed boys are able to get their knees up. The Acclaimed are in control going into the picture-in-picture. The Young Buck guy is able to hit a double DDT for a comeback. He hits those multiple Northern Lights suplexes into the sharpshooter. But then he's saved by his buddy, but he's not saved because Young Buck guy still holds on, and then other Young Buck guy has the sharpshooter on the outside of the ring, but Buddy's able to reach the rope and break the hold, saving the match. And then they hit the Doomsday device where he has him up on the shoulder. The Young Bucks nail that on one of the Acclaimed guys. Near fall. The Acclaimed hits one. They get him up for a suplex, and the other guy goes on top of the top rope, hits a crossbody. The Young Bucks take that. Then there's super kicks. Too many super kicks. I guess a little aim got taken off there or something. Rick Knox, showing why his name is Knox.
Yeah, first time I've seen a ref get taken out like that in AEW.
Rick Knox I think that's how he made his name on the indies. Like, he will take that shot, right? Like, so he gets super kicked in the head.
When they were doing that, did he get booted too earlier from the Young Bucks super kick party? Remember when they're going through all the super kick parties? Was he one of the poor victims?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know. Yes. Okay. So then everyone's distracted. The ref's knocked out. That allows the Acclaimed guy to low blow one of the Bucks. And then the other Acclaimed guy nails him with the boom box in the head.
Gave him a ghetto blaster.
So then he's going for the pin. We got a new ref running to the ring. New champions, perhaps? 1, 2... Kick out. That's right. Super near fall. Probably the biggest moment in the Acclaimed's career thus far. And then, what do we got here? New ref, near fall. And then it's just the Young Bucks just start going crazy. Takes one of the Acclaimed guys outside the ring, power bombs him through the table where they have the tag team championship belts displayed. And then they nail the other guy inside the ring. BTE trigger. And Young Bucks retain their AEW tag team championships.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a great episode, actually.
It was, and it was great. Yeah.
Thank God this is over. I just need to flex more. Come on, I'm trying to flex.